Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with Monday Night Raw, broadcast live last night on USA Network from the Schottenstein Center in Columbus, Ohio. In the main event, Becky Lynch won the vacant World Women's Championship, emerging victorious in a battle royal. Lynch last eliminated Liv Morgan to capture her 7th world title.
Oh, Codebreaker caught her. Becky backed up into the corner. Here comes Morgan, looking for Oblivion. Caught by Becky. Bounces her face first. Off the turnbuckle. Becky Lynch. Manhandle slam on the apron. Becky Lynch is the world champion.
World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest confronted Jey Uso in the opening segment. Priest's Judgment Day partner J.D. McDonough ran in during the promo and attempted to sneak attack Uso, but superkicked Priest instead. Later on in the evening, Giovanni Vinci was kicked out of Imperium after a loss to the New Day. Following the match, Ludwig Kaiser turned on Vinci, attacking him around ringside to the approval of Gunther. Awesome Truth made their first televised defense of the World Tag Team Championship, defeating DIY. In another in-ring promo segment, Chad Gable explained why he turned on Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn after their match on last week's Raw.
That should have been me with my daughter celebrating in the front row with my championship. But I was wasting my time training Sami Zayn. I've been wasting my time training a bunch of freaking losers.
In other results, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Sheamus, and Andrade and Ricochet defeated J.D. McDonough and Santos Escobar. After the match, Damian Priest ran in and laid out the victorious babyfaces. In ratings news, the early numbers are in for SmackDown, showing a total audience on Fox of 2.333 million viewers according to PW Insider. That's a drop from the previous week's audience of 2.499 million. In the 18 to 49-year-old demographic, the rating was a 0.63, also a drop from the previous week's demo rating of 0.76. In NXT news, the NXT Battleground Premium Live event on June 9th is scheduled to be held at the Apex, the UFC's Las Vegas-based facility, according to an official press release. Commented Shawn Michaels, quote, "Another new frontier for WWE NXT. Excited to join forces with UFC and Dana White to bring NXT Battleground to the UFC Apex in Las Vegas for its first ever WWE event on Sunday, June 9th, end quote. WWE and UFC are both part of TKO Group Holdings, which is owned by Endeavor. NXT's Von Wagner is the latest to be announced among WWE's recent round of talent releases, with Fightful Select reporting that he was let go by the company last week. Wagner joins last week's other announced releases, Zion Quinn, Indus Sher, Jinder Mahal, and Xia Li. In news from outside the ring, undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes has landed a cameo role in the upcoming remake of the 1980s police comedy The Naked Gun, according to a story first reported in the Daily Mail. The film is set to come out in July of next year, starring Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson, and is directed by Akiva Schaffer. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.